Alright, I'm gonna teach you how to punch. Alright. First thing you want to know, the most basic and essential part of throwing a punch is how to make a fist the proper way. There's many mistakes people have done. Like the most common is like they tuck in their thumb within the fist. Don't do this, because if you punch something really hard, you're gonna hurt yourself, and well, potentially you're gonna break this thumb. So don't do it. Instead, you make a thumbs up gesture, okay, and you hold down the index finger with your thumb like this. See, if you feel like it's tensing up, then you're doing it right. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the most basic types of fists you can use with your hands. First one is this. This is the basic one, basic knuckle fist. Well, when I say basic, it's actually, I guess, what do you call this again? God damn it. Well, let's just say it's the most basic one. When you punch like this, your hands must be straight with your arm. You don't bend it like this, you don't bend it like this. Because if you somehow bend your hands a little and then you punch someone like this, for example, your arm is like this, see, and that person, if he comes towards you, he or she, whatever, if he comes towards you when you punch them, most likely your hand is gonna be like this. It's gonna bend down like this. So, and that will, well, basically that will break your hand and your whole arm if you're not careful. Don't do it. Instead, practice like this. Practice like it's a stick. See, the hands, your hand move at the same time as your arm. Practice it like this. Don't do it like this. Don't do it like this, because this will break your hand if you punch. Even if you punch like this, see? Try practicing. Twisting like this and just move it around generally. Alright. The second type of punch, which I guess you know, in Kung Fu they use like this. When they punch like this, usually they don't punch with the upper knuckle. They use the lower knuckle. See? There's two here. The ring finger and the pinky, I guess. So this is one of the favorites in Asian martial arts because it's safer than this one, and it's more powerful if you know how to do it. For example, why is it safer? It's because if you bend it like this, punch, it doesn't break easily. Your hand doesn't break easily when you punch fault like this, because if you do this, you bend it like this, right? And you test it yourself. Try bending your hand like this. You'll notice that it hurts more than you bend like this. So it's more safer. This one is more safer. And if you learn Kung Fu, you'll use this pretty much every time. Punch like that. Okay, so the third type of punch is this, the palm fist. It's not, you don't use your knuckles to punch. Basically it's using your palms. That's why it's called palm fist. It's obvious, right? Well, I'll show you how to do it. When you use the palm fist, you don't do it like this. Your hands, your arm, don't extend it all the way when you use this type of fist. Because if you do this and he comes towards you, he will break your hand and your whole arm. So when you use this, use it like this. See how my arm is bent a little bit like this. See, right? This is usually when you have no other options, or sometimes you ran out of energy or something. This is like, I don't know, extra punch. All right. It's also deadly if you know how to do it, especially like imagine this is someone's chin here. This is someone's chin, and you use the palm fist like this. That's gonna break his head, or I guess hurt him. You can also do it like this. Imagine this is his nose. His nose is sticking out, and you do it like this. You break his nose. See, it's also useful. But as I said, don't extend it all the way, so that will break your arm. Alright, the other fist I'm gonna tell you is the chop. You make the chop not like the palm fist. The palm fist is like this, right? It's like you're not holding anything. If you do the chop, you need to tense it up a bit with your thumb. You hold it down like this, and you'll feel your hand is a bit more tense than when you do the palm fist. You do this when you use this part of the hand here. Sometimes here. Imagine this is someone's neck. You chop it like that. Or if like someone's trying to punch you, you can use it as a defense. Like for example, there's a fist coming right from here, and you're gonna intercept it like this. In Kung Fu, mostly we do it like that. Also, you can do this. The fist is coming from here. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. It's most useful. The next fist I'm gonna tell you about, the hammer arm. Hammer arm, usually you don't use it unless you learn Kung Fu. Some of the Kung Fu, like for example in Baji Quan and in Honga. Both of these martial arts use this hammer arm. The hammer arm is you use your forearms or your hand to do that. So the way you do it, it's like you're hammering down like this. When you throw this punch, the hammer arm, you don't force it down like this. No. When it's up in the air and you're trying to drop it, gravity does the work for you. So you let loose. Once you go over here, then you let loose. Let gravity do the work for you, and it will hurt. But I don't recommend you doing that first. First you do this and this and this, I guess. Well, yeah, forgot. When you punch someone, I told you practice like doing this, right? So this one, I'm telling you, if you punch someone, you don't tense it all the way. When you punch, before you land the hit, make sure your hands is a bit free like this. Don't tense it up like this. No. It's because if you punch it before it lands and you snap it like this, you clinch, I guess, before the hit lands like this. This generates more power in your punch, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt as much when you tense up all the way. So keep practicing. For example, on this punch thing, see? You don't punch it with your tense fist, because if you do this, you'll easily get counterattacked. That's why Bruce Lee said, before you land your hit, then you snap your fist. See? Easy. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. This is Basic Punches 101. And don't forget to practice, okay?